Happy Friday, Tigers. I'm your brilliant anchor, Alex, for the third time this week with news on fun club events and U.S. history.
I can't believe summer is only 2 days away, guys. I'm your anchor, Aiden, by the way, here to remind you of important senior news, slow high involvement opportunities, and most importantly, your delicious lunch.
Last but not least, I'm your amazing sports anchor, Loic, covering our dominating Tiger sports, as well as the news and announcements
that you need to know.
Aiden, I can't believe you're a senior already. It must feel weird looking back on your last 4 years of high school. It's always so nostalgic to reminisce on history.
Sure is, buddy. Speaking of history, Tigers tune in for this intriguing field production from our very own sports anchor, Emily, on the History of Theater.
Have you ever seen a theatrical production at SLO High? With 4 shows a year, the SLO HS Theater Company has grown a reputation for putting on entertaining, high-quality productions. However, the current makeup of the theater program has not always been this way. The company has significantly evolved in the past 10 years. From 2012 to 2019, social studies teacher Miss Stevens was in charge of the theater program when the theater we know today had not yet existed. Instead, the SLO High Theater was a black box theater.
The end of this building, where the quad is right there, that was still the quad, but there was like a theater kind of in the middle of the building at the end of it. There was technically only like 100 seats, 112 seats, I think. But it was basically 3 sections of seating and then a small stage. It had 2 little dressing rooms on the sides. Yeah.
Due to the size of the space, the capacity for productions with big sets, casts, and a large audience was greatly limited.
The size itself was a problem. We still did shows with like 70 people in the cast, but I had to use my classroom and the hallways to kind of use as overflow and where people were hanging out.
Despite this, they still put on lots of high-quality shows such as Be More Chill, A Midsummer's Night Dream, Mamma Mia, Footloose, and Legally Blonde, among others. In 2019, SLO HS began remodeling, ultimately condemning the SLO HS black box, with plans to build the theater we know today. But even without a physical space to perform, the theater program began production for another musical with the help of new theater teacher, Miss Eben.
We started Rent the musical, so we were in production for Rent the musical, and we were going to be performing it in Taylor Gym. We're just kind of working out the kinks of like seating and lighting and things like that, and what the set would look like up there, right when the school shut down for COVID.
The COVID-19 pandemic truly killed live theater, not only locally but in the industry as a whole. Audiences could no longer come out to see shows live and in person, and the actors couldn't rehearse together in the same space. As a solution, our theater program put on 3 Zoom shows: Villains Cabaret, The Party Hop, and Much Ado About Nothing.
Doing a Zoom show was very interesting. I did it all from my bedroom, and my brother was also in them, so we would have to run around to different rooms in my house for different scenes.
Coming back from COVID, many changes were made to the theater company fundamentally. Not only had a brand new theater, but 3 clubs merged to become one: the Improv Club, the Drama Club, and the Iambic Pentameter Club.
It felt like it was all under the same umbrella, and that it would be easier to just have one group, especially because the advisor was the same person, and it was really tricky because a lot of those groups weren't communicating with each other, but they were using the same spaces, so it felt like a natural thing to kind of just condense them.
Since The Wizard of Oz 3 years ago, the SLO HS Theater Company has doubled in size, continually evolving. Starting next year, SLO High will be officially part of ITS, the International Thespian Society.
Hopefully, in the next few years, we'll start to travel a little bit and start to compete in things like monologues and like partner scenes, group musical numbers. There's also technical theater competitions as well.
The theater program at SLO High has become a major draw for both future high school theater kids as well as the amazing and dedicated audience. If you would like to be a part of the magic, consider taking professional theater or choir classes. Or if that's not an option, join the SLO HS Theater Company next year.
Tigers, are you looking for something fun to do during lunch today? Well, if you're looking to get really active and competitive, then I'd like to highlight the Badminton Club. They'll be playing matches today at the Big Gym, so make sure to check them out.
Seniors get your honors course in the Career Center. If you have at least a 4.0, completed a CTE pathway, are an English language learner, got all 4s on your state testing, are an AP scholar, received the CSF award, or just a part of AVID. Just to let you know, no more than 3 cords may be worn.
It's nearing the end of school. Don't you seniors get to catch a break?
Of course we do, little bro. Have you not heard of the senior picnic on June 5th? Remember, Tigers, your permission slip is seriously due this week. You'll be taking a bus to Cuesta Park, so make sure to turn your slip in room 205 or 508 to Mr. Stewart or Mrs. Sainsbury.
Time sure flies. I'll be a senior as well. Before I do, I may consider getting a little bit more involved with the Slow HS community.
Do you now? Well, lucky for you, Alex, and fellow Tigers watching, I've got the right involvement opportunities for you. I'm talking about our canned food drive, returning AP materials, and the freshman orientation. Without further ado, let's speedrun the awesome activities you guys can get involved with to help the Slow High community. Interested in another drive? Check out this other promotional video for the canned food drive coming.
Yo, listen up, don't you know it's time to help out with the camp food go. From May 28th to the 31st, Tigers get back, so don't be the worst. In front of the big gym slot, that's where it's at. Been standing tall, so take them all. Drop your cans in, show some love. Don't be shy, cause you are that guy.
Soup's a specialty, so bring it if you can. But any donations welcome, lend a hand. Beans, veggies, or some good old fruit. Each one adds up, no need for dispute.
Boom, stop, boom, boom, bop. Camp food drive, donate.
AP scholars, listen up. Do you know what's better than academic validation? Academic donation. If you have SAT or AP prep books no longer in use, then bring them to Mr. Mamarella's classroom in room 122 for the next generations of students to use. Speaking of new students, though, the freshman orientation will take place on Friday, August 9th. Come be a part of the crew that welcomes our new Tigers to campus. Training will take place a few days beforehand. If you've ever wanted to get more involved in activities at Slow High, this is a great way to start. Follow the QR code to get more information and to join in on the fun. Last but not least, please see Mr. Monroe in room B306 or email him at dmonroe@socsd.org if you want to get a head start on community service.
Dang, you weren't playing about that, speed running that. Great job. But enough about you, and enough about me. Let's bring it to our awaited Tiger Sports with Loic.
What's good, Tigers? To kick things off strong, the annual Powder Puff game took place on Wednesday night, and girl, it was a doozy. In the opening game, the underdog freshwomen shut down the sophomores with a score of 26-0. And in the final game, the seniors came away with a big win through a final score of 26-8. For the seniors, quarterback Nina Motivov, I apologize to everyone with a name in this script, did an outstanding job with the ball, and Anna Shalhoub's quick feet helped the seniors gain yardage on nearly every possession. On defense, Tia Kalpakov had quite a collection of flags at the end of the game, with many big stops, and Lila Merck was key in the backfield with several interceptions. Everyone involved, from the volunteer coaches and officials to the hardworking players, deserve a big round of applause for making this game happen. We feel you all deserve the dub. To conclude this Tiger Sports segment, I'd like to leave this quote by Colin Kaepernick. It's not pressure unless you are not prepared. So always give it your best and keep working hard. Now back to Aiden and Alex on your lunch and today's U.S. history.
For lunch today, we will be having orange chicken with fried rice, black bean sweet potato chimichurri roll, bean and cheese burrito, and roast beef with cheese on an Edna's bun. Sounds pretty good. Make sure to thank the cafeteria staff, guys.
And on this day in U.S. history, in 1819, American poet, essayist, and journalist Walt Whitman, whose verse collection Leaves of Grass is a landmark in American literature. And he was born on Long Island, New York. Just to give a taste of his literary brilliance, here's a quote from Whitman. Seeing, hearing, feeling, and miracles are miracles, and each part and tag of me is a miracle.
Word. And that's right, Americans really do it better. Anyway, that concludes today's TNN. Have a great weekend, y'all.